Today we're going to be attaching the Chair Caddie, a retrofit dolly, to the base of this dining chair. The package has arrived. It indicates that this attachment works on almost any chairs. There appears to be two different models, with Model A accommodating smaller dining chairs and Model B accommodating larger long-term care dining chairs. The package indicates that we have received Model A. Let's open the package and begin. Opening up the box, we find a complete set of instructions, and we see that the Chair Caddie unit appears to be fully assembled. Reading through the instructions, it appears that the tools will be required will be a drill, a Phillips screwdriver, a 9/16 box wrench, a 10mm box wrench, a measuring tape, and some masking tape. Additional hardware included in the package included some extension brackets, a series of 6 nuts and bolts, some additional washers or shims, a drill bit, 2 Allen keys, and then additional wood screws. Having removed the Chair Caddie from the box, you can see that I have my equipment lined up that I require, as well as the hardware that was included in the package. The instructions indicate that there is a pre-assembly routine that needs to be followed prior to attaching the Chair Caddie onto the chair. The first thing that it asks us to do is to measure the width of the chair leg outside of leg to outside of leg, to repeat the same process in the rear, and then to measure the depth of the chair outside of leg to outside of leg. Having recorded these numbers on this chart, I now know that it's the Chair Caddie A standard installation that will fit onto this particular chair. Chair Caddie B extension is one for a slightly larger chair. In that manner, I have all these additional brackets that in this case will not be used, but may be used should your chair profile be slightly larger than this one. The second thing it asks us to do prior to attaching is to check your chair. As you can see, the chair that we're using today is a chair that's been around for a while. It's had a few hard times to it, but you can see that the frame rocks. It is not standing stable on 4 legs. In the package, they provide a series of washers that you can use as shims, and it's advisable just to place them under whichever leg it is that's short and stabilize that particular chair. So this is the manner in which we will use it. They recommend that as this is the leg that is short, we'll place the 2 washers directly in the bottom of that leg, and we will just temporarily secure them with masking tape. It appears that is the extent of the pre-assembly routine that is required, and so we'll move directly on to attaching the Chair Caddie onto the chair. Okay, I have got the Caddie placed onto the table. I've got the chair that we have selected off on the side. The first thing that the instructions are saying is to loosen all 4 corner bolts as well as the 8 connecting arm bolts. They have provided in a package 2 Allen wrenches. So the smaller Allen wrench is the one that is required to loosen the connecting arms. I have already pre-done these, but all 8 of these arms need to be, or bolts need to be loosened. The larger of the 2 Allen wrenches is used for the corner posts, and again, by putting the box wrench on the bottom and the Allen wrench on the top side, you're able to loosen off each of those 4 corner posts. The Caddie is now adjustable, and so this is what allows the Caddie to fit onto a number of chairs, is that particular ability. And so they're asking us to take that unit, flip it upside down, and begin making some of those adjustments. Okay, so the Caddie is positioned on the chair. It appears that all the hardware bolts are loose, and so there's some adjustment and alignment that will be required, but it seems to be sitting flat on all 4 chair legs. The next step is to measure the inline wheels on the front. And so we're asked to take this particular measurement, which is 1/16 under 17 inches. And I'm supposed to come up with that exact same measurement behind the wheel. And when that measurement is the same, then the front connecting arms can be secured. Perfect. So let's just verify that what we have is a measurement of 17 inches across the front and a measurement of just shy of 17 inches across the back side. So with those two measurements being the same, we know that these wheels are in line and that they are going to tow properly. The next step is to do the same adjustments for the rear leg. The rear legs are a little more involved, as you now have to deal with the length of your side rails as well as the width across the back. In this particular case, the unit is fitting almost as it came out of the box, because it is fitting tight on the back side of these particular side rails. Stepping from the side, I can see that the casters are in line, and so everything seems to be there, set and ready for tightening. At this point, I can tighten all 6 of the remaining cross-arm connecting bolts. As well as the 2 across the back. The final step of the alignment of the chair caddy is to secure the 4 posts. And so again, using the Allen wrench on the one side and the box wrench on the top side, each of the corner posts can be tightened. And the last one. Okay, so with the rear casters aligned, with the front wheels attached exactly as they need to be, with all of the connecting arms tightened, we are ready to attach the caddy directly onto the chair. So that will be the next step that we have to go through. To attach the caddy directly to the chair, the package includes 4 washers, 2 of which include an anti-tip glide, and 2 of which just include a washer for the rear legs. To make sure that the chair leg doesn't split as you're putting these sightless attachments together, they do provide a 1/8 drill bit. And the issue is that you need to drill a hole directly through the caddy into the center of each chair leg. It is advisable that when you're doing the rear, that the angle of your drill will match the angle of the chair leg. Drilling right down through the caddy into the chair is all that is required. The drill bit is preset so that it'll match the length of the screw, because again, what we want to make sure that the screw can fully attach all the way down the line. For the sake of this application, I'm going to be using a power drill to attach these. It's not necessarily recommended in terms of being able to do it because you don't want to overstrip these. But I think for the essence of time, we can probably make this work for us. One rear one, the second one in the rear. There's the anti-tip glide with a washer on a head, and that's what goes into the front leg. And the last one. The last step is that with all 4 screws inserted, the chair and the caddy can now be flipped over and put into use. So let's see exactly what this ends up doing. Everything is attached, it all rolls, and the chair is able to roll forward in that particular manner. I trust this is giving you an idea as to the steps that are involved in attaching a chair caddy to your chair. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon.